Hey, everybody, welcome back to the podcast. You're listening to the longest running superhero role playing game on Earth. I'm your host, the Game Master, and today we're talking about the Avengers, the Skrulls, Kang the Conqueror, and specifically an old TSR Marvel Superheroes module called Time Trap. But before we get into that, smash like, make sure you're subscribed, ring the bell, and leave a comment. We've got a great community here, and it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you so much for being here. With all that said, let's dive in. The prologue to this one takes place in November of 1963. JFK is in Dallas, Texas, in a parade, and nearby is the comedian, aka Edward Eddie Blake, takes the shot and stuns the world. Tony Stark and Pepper Potts watch on TV, and Pepper cries and buries her head in Tony's shoulder. Iron Man swears that he and those like him will find out who did this, and JFK will be avenged. Which brings us to the main body of this game session, which takes place in late 1963, when there came a day unlike any other, when Loki uses his sorcery to take control of the Incredible Hulk and go on a rampage. Ant-Man and the Wasp try to stop the Hulk, but can't do it by themselves. So Iron Man shows up and fights the Hulk, but without Hulkbuster armor, the Iron Man of this era can't handle the Hulk either. Thor shows up since Loki is involved, and together they all stop the Hulk and manage to defeat Loki. For the first time, these heroes were united against a common threat. On that day, they became the Avengers, much to the dismay of Kang the Conqueror, whose every attempt to conquer the 20th century has been thwarted by the Avengers. So Kang gives the Skrulls a piece of technology from the future, making a change to the timeline, which Kang hopes will eliminate the Avengers once and for all. And so, the Skrulls, using their newfound technological abilities, who endow a single Skrull warrior with the strength of the Hulk, the lightning of Thor, the ability to shrink like Ant-Man and the Wasp do. And on top of all that, they equip him with armor similar to that of Iron Man. And they send this Super Skrull to New York City to destroy Earth's mightiest heroes. Meanwhile, Tony Stark owns a mansion at 721 Fifth Avenue in New York, which he has given to the Avengers for them to use as an expansive headquarters. Currently, Bruce Banner, Hank Pym, and Tony Stark are installing some new computer equipment to get their headquarters to where they want it to be. As they turn on their gear for the first time, they see this new Super Skrull on the screen. At first, Tony thinks it's another fake Iron Man robot, like the one the USSR recently built. But the Avengers quickly notice the Hulk wide build, Thor's hammer, etc., and he's coming their way. So the Avengers suit up and hurry outside, where Iron Man clears the street of vehicles using his magnetic control, and Thor summons a massive storm that makes bystanders flee. The new Super Skrull does a superhero landing in the middle of the street, and Iron Man asks him if he has an appointment. The Super Skrull bellows that he's here to destroy them, and Tony says today won't work for him, and that it's already time for the boys to go out to lunch for cocktails. And with that, the Super Skrull hits Iron Man with the same amount of lightning that Thor normally wields. Iron Man's energy absorption stores that electrical energy, though, which fuels his power reserve. So Tony thanks their enemy for the boost. Seeing his friends attacked makes Banner angry, so he begins to turn green and slowly rip through his white dress shirt and purple corduroy slacks. On Thor's turn, he grapples with the Skrull, then uses his hammer's ability to transport him back to Asgard. But Thor only takes the fake Iron Man armor with him, so the Super Skrull is now without it. But the Skrull still has the powers of the other Avengers. Wasp does a flyby shooting, targeting her foe's inner ear with one of her bioelectric blasts. Hank Pym, in a panic, tries something new and becomes Giant Man for the first time. He tries to step on the Skrull but misses. Now it's round two, and Hank Pym is now the biggest target. So the Super Skrull focuses all attacks on him, knocking him out. Hulk's transformation from his Banner alter ego is done now, so the Hulk leaps onto the Skrull and smashes him. The Skrull takes some damage, and both of them then go from having unearthly strength, which in DC Heroes, by the way, is 12 APs, to Shift X strength, which in DC Heroes is in the 13 to 15 AP range. Thor's whole turn is returning from Asgard, but without the armor that he took. Iron Man shoots and does some damage, and Wasp does another flyby, but misses this time. For an automatic action, Iron Man cautions everyone to not hit the Hulk by accident, that having to deal with two guys that strong wouldn't be a whole lot of fun. Hulk hears that and is annoyed. So Hulk bellows, "Hulk is the strongest there is," which is blatantly incorrect, since the Super Skrull is exactly as strong as the Hulk is. But the Hulk is not known for his brains. After Giant Man is knocked out, the Skrull punches the Hulk, doing damage, and the Hulk punches the Skrull, doing damage. Iron Man and Wasp both hit the Super Skrull with their respective energy blasts for all the good it does, and Thor gets in there and hits the Super Skrull with Mjolnir, inflicting more damage. As round three begins, the Super Skrull hits Hulk again, and now they both have Shift Y strength, which in DC is in the 16 to 18 AP range. Wasp shoots, but Super Skrull is too tough to injure now. Hulk hits the Skrull, and he takes more damage. Iron Man and Thor both hit the Skrull, but he takes no damage. As round four begins, the Super Skrull and the Hulk are both maxed out now with Shift Z strength. According to TSR's old Marvel Superheroes RPG, this is the limit to their adrenaline surge ability. And when we translate that into DC Heroes, it's in the 19 to 21 AP range. So when the Super Skrull hits Thor, he rolls a 13, which is enough for Thor to get knocked out. And when he hits Iron Man, he rolls a 15, which knocks Iron Man out. Hulk hits Super Skrull, doing another 4 points of damage, and the Super Skrull is finally knocked out. Now, the downside is that the Incredible Hulk is in Manhattan at peak rage. The Hulk smashes some cars, then leaps 3 miles away, only to land and leap another 3 miles. As is so often the case, the Hulk feels drawn to the area where the gamma bomb went off that created him. Which brings us to our epilogue. General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross is furious that the Incredible Hulk was in Manhattan. And General Ross is right to be concerned. When the Hulk is that angry, not much can stop him, and everyone is lucky that there were no casualties. That's when Nathaniel Richards, who is secretly Kang the Conqueror, approaches Thunderbolt Ross. The military has the body of the Super Skrull at Area 51 for study, and Richards claims he can figure out how the Skrulls gave one of their own powers of the Avengers. General Ross says what America needs right now are Hulks of their own, so they can stop the Green Hulk from taking innocent lives. So Richards smiles and says he'll get right on it. And thanks to Kang the Conqueror, Red Hulk and Red She-Hulk are going to debut sooner rather than later. But that's a story for another day. We enjoyed playing this one and hope that you enjoyed hearing about it. If so, as always, smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed, ring the bell for notifications, and be sure to leave a comment because that really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. From all of us here at the longest running superhero role playing game on Earth, we hope that all of you have a good one, and we will see you in the next adventure. Bye.